Sorry for the rough music change. I wanted something a little bit more relaxing. Okay. Hi, Bumblin. Welcome in. Hi, everyone. I hope I have the... let me just hit done just to make sure that it is updated. I've been rushing to go to the streams these past couple of weeks, and sometimes I'll have the right category setting and sometimes I just don't, so hopefully I did it right this time and y'all will see it as tarot. So I mean, it's not really that busy on my end. It's just I've been doing a lot. Okay, well, maybe I am busy. I've been doing a lot on my personal end. I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, and that is very physically demanding. And then finally the weather got better, and so I've been doing outdoor stuff. My body is still sore from all of that work, and I think, yeah, the rest of this week it's just gonna rain, or at least that's what they're threatening with. So I'll be doing a lot of indoor cleaning. I'm not really that busy. I'm just really busy. I had to think back like, oh, I'm not busy. I just have a lot of stuff I was working on. And then I realized that's the definition of busy. I had been busy with spring cleaning, taking care of the house, getting everything up to speed before I really dive back into other projects that I placed on hold. The revision I was getting ready to do, like reading the whole thing, that's on hold. I only went through like 5 chapters. The website blog is kind of postponed for the moment. I'm like recalibrating what I want to do with that blog, and I'm kind of running empty to like take care of it, So I already missed the deadline that I normally do my blogs. It would have been last week on Monday, and I totally didn't, get that ready at all whatsoever. And this coming Friday, I'm going to work up the newsletter, and I don't have a lot to offer for the newsletter, just letting y'all know what's been going on. Like the tarot card shorts and all that. So I'll be bringing everyone up to speed on this coming newsletter, and do one major promotion thereafter or something, So I'm just kind of running empty because I've been like taking care of the entire house and waiting for my second book to come back to me. So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in. And this past weekend hasn't been really stellar. The only thing that was okay was the game, the stream game, which I do have to apologize. I wasn't really happy when I did that game this past Saturday. I dealt with some drama before I did the game on Saturday, and that drama is done, but I'm still like mentally and emotionally sorting things out. And we'll see how the rest of this week goes, but I'm still kind of thinking about stuff. So I promise, I'll do better for this coming Saturday. Try to be more perky, but no guarantees. I'm not that sort of person that I can really hide my emotions, if I'm really upset, I'm just upset, you know. But I'm not gonna like divulge into why I'm upset, you know. It's a personal thing. But working on getting your house in order, that's great. Yeah, it is exhausting. Admittedly, like seeing the house cleaner than it was before, not seeing all the dust bunnies accumulating in the hall. um, it's been nice. It feels like a major accomplishment, but I still have a long way to go. Um, Tomorrow is going to be a big push, cleaning wise, and then like Friday is going to be newsletter stuff. Today I was supposed to do business stuff, like logging things for my business, like logging in metrics, planning, and doing all sorts of stuff, and that really didn't happen today. So I have no clue how the rest of this week is going to go. Yeah, refreshing is definitely the word. It smells so much nicer. It smells so much nicer when it's all clean. Okay, so the plan is to do Taurus season readings, which, oh, I knew I was forgetting something. Hold on. You can see how I'm like so discombobulated. I didn't update the channel points for the season. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Because I'm going to have the Hierophant to the Empress up. Anything Venus energy, anything Taurusy that I think would be appropriate. I'm going to go ahead and have it available for y'all to choose as channel points. I feel so tired already. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So there's the Empress. I don't think I have a Hierophant on. Okay. So traditionally the Hierophant talks about whether you go the traditional path or the alternative path. Here, the Lebenthos Tarot Spreads that I'm using talk about finding community, which is something I will be like looking at, because that's ultimately what people do when they have issues with any traditional institutions. They go and find their people. They're going to find a place that they really belong to, that they feel accepted. When there's a huge schism from like, or a break from traditional paths, you know, that type of thing. So which I do agree that take for Lebenthros and trying to say, okay, let's examine community, how to find friends, or at least other people that will support you and love you as friends should. So that's kind of the take that Lebenthros is going to do for the Hierophant Arcana, and that's what I'm going to do for today and for any other readings from here on out. So let me go ahead and put the blurb here. Which I think that would be great of a message nowadays, because we have a real sense of displacement and isolation, and finding people coming together from all walks of life to do something that is positive, or at least, positive in one particular mindset. And here we go. Okay, so that's up. And we also have the Empress up, which I will do as well. And I'm just going to check to see if I have it where y'all required to put in text, because sometimes y'all don't use it, and I just want to make sure that it is there in the first place. Okay. At least the ones that require asking a question. Hi, Belka. Welcome in. Ooh, I love the color of the subscription badge. I did a good job. That looks really nice. Well, welcome in. Glad to have you here. I'm just checking on things before I'm gearing to go. I think that's it. No. There's others that require it too. Okay, so no, I think I did everything right. Oop, let me get the music back on. There we go. Okay, I should be ready to go for today's stream. So ready. So if y'all want readings, y'all are welcome to use the channel points anytime you want. I'm also planning to do group readings for today. The group readings I'm going to do is the Hierophant and the Empress, and I feel like it's going to be everyone watching as a whole. I think we're a pretty small community, small but mighty, and I think that there's no need to break it up into different parts, especially when we have the Hierophant and the Empress as two different tarot spreads for today. And I think that's going to be a lot of messages, a lot of slices for today, besides the personal readings I will be doing. Oh, I found some feathers when I was out doing garden stuff. I think it was a mockingbird that got snatched, which, that's very sad if that was the case, but it was scattered by the front porch, and I just thought, oh, that would be neat to add to my little a collection of feathers. Actually, no, one collection of feather that I have. I just got to figure out how to preserve it somehow. So y'all could request it anytime. I don't know why I'm just getting so tongue-tied. I'm gonna go ahead and do message of the day in case y'all need to have your message now. Instead of like spending the rest of the 4 hours trying to get some messages for the stream, you know. Because I know how busy we all are. So. Hi, Sig. Okay, it's really this one I'm going to work with today. Trying to see how many I want to do for the message of the day. Tart? Oh, you want tarot? Here. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. If you're wanting to have a tarot reading, it will be through the channel points. There's my whole spiel over it. I'm waffling between 6 and 8. I think 6 is easier on me. And that may help us get through things. But don't hesitate. If y'all have any questions, you can always interrupt me anytime when I'm doing these group readings. Don't feel bad if you have to interrupt, because you're not really interrupting. Feeling a little bit off because I'm sore from all the hard work I've been physically doing. I do have the energy to go and do tarot. I'm just a little bit I'm gonna take things at my own pace, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna go with 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So in case y'all want to do a choose your card kind of thing, I'm going to just wait for a little bit for y'all to do so. Otherwise, it's all based on what really strikes home, you know. And whenever there's a message that like really is something you needed to hear, go ahead and take it, because that's probably something that you needed to... you need to take with you. Hi, Belka. Thank you so much for the redeem. I definitely would do that after this one, for sure. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not choosing a card. I'm out of it. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm going to give it like... another minute, and then I'll go ahead and start looking at these cards. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start. If you haven't chosen a card, that's totally okay. I'm sure the message that you needed to hear will hit you. Hopefully gently. Let me go ahead and just go back and forth here. So card number 1. There we go. Y'all can see like the beautiful details here. This way. She of the Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth. Hold on. I can't hear myself. Oop. There we go. It allows me to hear myself and everything outside of the earphones. Okay, She of the Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity. Okay, there we go. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Hi! Dilbo Gabbins. Cractius. Welcome in. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, these are our superpowers. Absolutely, yes, I am a big Lord of the Rings fan. So if that resonates with y'all, card number 1's, it means that it's kind of like calling you to like re-examine these parts of ourselves that we don't like, parts of ourselves that we had keep diminishing, keep sweeping under the rug. I'm phrasing a little bit. I'm thinking I'm really thinking about a lot of things. So, sorry about that. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness. This is asking you to start the process of self-love by reflecting or meditating on those parts that you kind of like pushed aside or minimized or like absolutely didn't like that side of you, and kind of go back to the shadow work in the sense of trying to make yourself feel whole again by loving yourself, that type of thing. Oh, for those who are not subscribed, there will be ads coming in pretty soon. I won't do readings during ads, especially when it comes for group readings. So because of that, I'm just gonna like pause here. And we'll get to the rest of the cards. Today I'm just at a loss of words. I'm having a hard time reading things, saying things today. I have a lot on my mind. Well, it sounds like it's a Twitch thing or a you in, because I am doing great on my end. Everything's all go here. So apologies about that. Sorry you had to go through something like that. So thank you so much for the redeem. You'll definitely be next in line after Belka. Thank you so much. Not sure you're able to hear that because we're dealing with ads right now. I'll make sure I'll go through these readings as fast as I can. I've been slouching a lot. There's no excuse for me to slouch. I've been like working all day for the past several days. There's no excuse for me to slouch. We should be clear from ads. In case you didn't hear, Sig, thank you so much for the redeem. Let's go on to card number 2. Card number 1 was about doing shadow work in the interest of self-love. Card number 2 is full spectrum. Actually, I'm going to do this every single time with each card. Step out of the black and white mentality of good and bad. Honor the full spectrum of life and see through fresh eyes. Oh, excuse me. When we judge something, we create a story around it. And often these stories are limiting. Over a lifetime, we subconsciously gather so many of these stories. Create a space of no story for miraculous healing and crystallizing new paths. This space empowers us to know our truth and be all we are. Embrace creation in all of her colors, including the raw, muddy, earthbound, shadow parts of a situation, to determine whether your stories are limiting your perspective. Let the compost of the challenges you have overcome feed new shoots and blossoms. Okay, so another call for shadow work, if that resonated with you. Also, not in the sense of self-love, but don't make things black and white. Look into the nuance of the situation, or multiple situations, if that needs be. And just embrace all these different perspectives, all the colors, even if it's dirty, like the earth. So that's cool. I love that. And we have card number 3. Beautiful rainbow colors here. Journey to wholeness. Love from a sense of wholeness. We may have concept of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections or ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or a status. This takes us out of the present and put conditions on love. Hold the vision that you and others are already perfect. Thus we can heal through transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. Here, we are whole and empowered to step into the brightest version of ourselves. Kind of combining cards number 1 and 2 together and really honing in shadow work, taking on multiple perspectives, taking all these pieces of ourselves, putting it back together, being whole again. also, like, no discrimination, no judgment, you know, and especially upon ourselves. You know, would we tell our best friends how we speak to ourselves? Probably not, you know. We probably should be a little bit kinder upon ourselves, and we probably should be a little bit kinder with others if they didn't achieve a certain goal or status that we deemed that they should, you know. Maybe we should be more accepting and inclusive. What a radical idea. Card number 4. Balance forces. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy as it densified in physical form. This card invites you to look at masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? For more masculine drive and focus, concentrate on goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things you are already grateful for. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect just the way it is. Now, this is translated for the Western audience, but the masculine and feminine that they were talking about is actually yin and yang. Yang being the outward, directive, exterior method. Yin is about the interior, receiving, kind of indirect method. And they both balance each other. And within themselves is the inverse of the other. So when you're looking about masculine or feminine, and that really just icks you, you could also think in terms of yin and yang. Outward, inward. Breathing out, breathing in. Doing, receiving. So, how do you bring yourself into balance? What have you been doing the most, and what have you not been doing? Have you been focusing on your goals? Have you been doing stuff? Or have you been collecting information and ruminating? You may want to take a more yang approach and start putting a list together of what you want to do. If you have been on a go, go, go kind of basis, maybe it's time for you to like kind of stop and smell the roses, so to speak, and do a gratitude list of sorts, or something similar. So that's what this card meant. It's very translated for the Western audience. It's more about balancing between yin and yang. Okay. Card number 5. And we have vulnerability. When we are truly honest with ourselves in all of our facets, we are vulnerable. That honesty is an important step in discovering our shadows and bringing them into the light for healing. When we share our vulnerabilities with others, we allow them to glimpse a deeper part of ourselves. Be vulnerable with yourself and others. It may be time to step into the role of healer and hold space. Holding space means being fully present without judgment in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. Here, guards are dropped, a deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold, and profound healing takes place. So sometimes when we get hurt, we put up a shell, a piece of armor to protect ourselves. And we thought, surely this will help us heal and grow and mature as a person because we're protecting ourselves from any harm. But this prevents us from actually growing like a crustacean needing to break our shells in order to grow. We too need to break our shells, at least around those who are willing to hold space with us and take the, path of healing, the path of growing. Let our hair down and speak out. Be truly ourselves. Alrighty. Last but not least, card number 6. Sounds of the Universe. This card signifies those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of a greater reality, and influence us so that life will never be the same again. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. Having your world shaken up, even a little, can invite a closer glimpse of the great mystery of life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Listen for hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multidimensional world. So sometimes we get so busy with our lives, we tend to take any sort of instinctual messages, those peaks of some conscious, alerts, and we tend to bury them because we're like so busy concentrating on other things, we don't want to deal with them. And then all of a sudden we have things blow up in our face and we're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. It's been there, you just didn't look, and you didn't want to look because you are focusing on something else. So this card is just letting you know there's ways of opening yourself up to be integrated with the world around you without having the blinders on, so deeply focused and honed in on something. And that could be just dancing, having music on, doing some sort of meditation, trying to get back into center in a way where you are feeling yourself interacting in your environment. So that spatial awareness. By having that spatial awareness, you're going to be able to start picking up on other things because you're able to sense that part of yourself interacting in that environment. You become aware of the environment and how you fit in it. It sounds convoluted, but that's how you come to become aware of your environment. It's how you interact in it. And you could do it by dancing or like listening to music. It's one of the main ways of, recognizing you're alive, So that's what this card is about, in case that really resonates with you and you need a little bit more explanation. That's what that's about. Be a little bit more aware. And you could do that by being engaged in a physical way. Okay, so I hope the message of the day helps you all out. I think there's a huge course about accepting parts of yourself that you've been hiding. Bring it to wholeness. Love yourself. Even though it is a little bit scary, try to bring yourself into balance and also accepting other people's perspectives. In the sense of no judgment, no discrimination. There's a lot of discrimination going on out there right now. A lot of apathy that's going on just because someone is living a totally different life or coming from a different country. So just trying to be aware that we're all on the same boat called Earth, or living in the same country and trying to just, get through the day. And we all deserve, a chance to do so. Okay. So I have 2 readings I'm going to do. We have Belka's and we have Sig's. Where's my request? There it is. Oops. There we go. Okay, Belka, I'm going to do yours first, which is the in-depth past, present, and future reading. Hi Sig, welcome back. I'm doing Belka's reading first, and then I'll do yours. Okay, so it's this that I'm going to use. Belka, are you still here? I know you were having problems watching the video. Okay, you're awesome. So I'll go ahead and do that reading for you. Quicker this time. So we have the past, present, future, and advice. Details about the past, why we're examining that part. Examination of the present, why we're doing that. Future details, and details about like the advice given. Okay, so I'm thinking what it's saying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read them like this, and we're going to break it down as we go through each past, present, future, and then the advice. Because I think this is letting you know why we're examining the past in this way. And I'll reveal once I finish reading about the oracle. Okay. You are rising from a dark night of the soul and undergoing a significant awakening. The dawn was born with wings of light to lift you to great heights. So this is pinpointing when you're starting to become aware and you're starting to let your light shine. So this is kind of that marker that it's talking about. And I'm going to read some stuff here to kind of give you a more confident boost. Because I think some of the message here is also something you need to hear for the present. Leading light, know you inspire others with your dedication in your chosen field of expertise. Alternatively, you may be on the path to discover your soulful purpose in this life. Breakthroughs are coming. A major shift has rekindled a strong sense of personal power for you. Rays of light emanate from your solar plexus just below the breastbone. Your inner golden sun has ignited. This energetic vortex is responsible for your growing confidence, stability, and self-esteem. Clarify your priorities to make life choices that are congruent with your higher purpose. It's easy to make decisions when you know your core values. Living in contradiction to your beliefs always leads to feeling like an imposter in your own sphere. Walk your talk and embody your ideals to live in greater integrity. In other words, ensure that what you say is actually what you do. Having clear, purposeful intentions enacts a strong sense of self that brings confidence and profound inner peace. Luminary, you are a brilliant light-giving body, like the sun or moon. Life is a golden chance that you appreciate and undeniably make the most of. Fiercely independent in your thoughts and actions, others seek your unbiased counsel and strong leadership. With fire in your soul to live life on your own terms, you inadvertently light the way for others to follow. You make everything seem magical and naturally encourage those around you by merely expressing your vibrant nature. Some may fear your light as it makes them squirm, but know this is because they currently feel safer in the shadows. Don't be tempted to extinguish your own light to make them feel more comfortable. As an ancient soul, you prefer life's more meaningful aspects rather than the mundane. Don't dim yourself down. Engagement with the world, soul to soul, leaves a legacy of love. Shine bright like a lighthouse. Life is too short to let fear drive you back into the darkness. To greet each moment without preconceived judgment is freedom. In divine timing, all lost souls find their way back to the light of love. So, there could have been two ways in the past that's probably talking about, probably a mixture of the two. It could have been remarking that you have been diminishing yourself in the past, and they're encouraging you to try to break forth from diminishing yourself because you were afraid how people were going to react to you being you, who you are, what you want to do, how you're going to express yourself, what your core beliefs are, what you value. By doing that, you probably have been covering yourself with a basket and hiding that aspect of yourself from others because you're worried about what they're going to say. So, eventually, this is probably the other aspect of the past, if it had come to be, that eventually you had enough and you finally said, no, I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to let myself shine. I'm going to do my own thing because I can't live that way anymore. You know, I'm just going to set myself loose and have fun and shine my light. You know, that type of thing. So that's another aspect of the card. Perhaps both. Concerning with B, it's possible that there may be this dichotomy between, you know, you going by your core values, something that you find important, and it's, I don't know if you had tried to stifle your light around B because you're afraid about what they think. I don't know of their opinion. When you did finally like shine, let yourself be yourself, come out of the closet, let yourself do your own thing because you got stuff to do. I really don't know. So that's kind of what they're remarking in this past part of yourself. At least your connection with B. I'm going to go ahead and read the Oracle card here, see what they say, and maybe I could glean a little bit more insight in that regard. I'm going to be a little bit of a detective. I'm not going to know everything beforehand, Oracle. The secret to an enriching life is to know thyself. Self-discovery is a perpetual yet gratifying journey. The Oracle leads with absolute faith in the consciousness that emanates from the source. She channels the spirit in reflective trance. Where there is darkness, she shines her loving light to illuminate your soul. The voice of the Oracle is separate from you by only the thinnest of veils. Draw the ethereal curtain and connect to the spiritual realm to intuit her wisdom. The Oracle will guide you back to a path of sovereign power. Every step of the way, self-knowledge supports you on your journey. Clarify your priorities and values so that you can align your choices to match your truth. Be discerning. Know the difference between your voice of doubt and your intuition. The answers lie within. Explore artistic expression to discover your innate intuitive gifts. Know that spiritual signs and messages can be quite abstract. Observe the visions and insights that come through. These offer hints and clues to the deeper, more meaningful messages. Dig deep to find the relevance and significance for you. Okay, so I'm getting a totally different idea now than I ever had before, and I will explain it once I'm done reading this card. Dedicated service to your own personal evolution awakens and strengthens your inner oracle. You are forever remembering, learning, and growing. Your ancestral legacy, combined with the lessons learned in this current lifetime, makes you truly unstoppable. Do not doubt or underestimate your instincts. Trust your inner compass to lead the way. Be aware of pointless distractions from procrastination as they numb your enthusiasm and postpone your joy. You cannot wait until life is not challenging anymore before you follow your heart and make your mark. Waiting for the perfect time will only delay your happiness. Feel the fear, release the excuses, and take the actions that enliven your spirit. As a natural intuitive, others may seek your spiritual counsel. Lead with your light of wisdom, and others will follow you. You're amazingly resourceful, with a deep well of insight and knowledge to share. Now's your time to integrate the valuable experience you've gained and put what you know into action in your own life and your offerings to the world. Okay, I think what it's talking about is that you're talking about soul connections. Souls, okay, kind of parting the veil here, there's more than one lifetime. Sometimes souls tend to live multiple lifetimes. And sometimes there's longer periods of time before we are reborn into this earth. Okay. You as a soul, can examine all the past lifetimes or how you interacted with them as a soul by doing some investigative work as a soul. So, you know what the answers are. It is there. You just need to find it. And you need to find it by trusting yourself. Trusting yourself that you know what's there. Know that you are gifted enough to go back there and examine it. For some reason, you're kind of covering yourself with a basket and not letting yourself trust your instincts and guide yourself into that examination. So what I would suggest for you, even though you may find this silly in your waking yourself, in the waking self part of you, but as a soul, there's a library where you have your book. And in that book, you have the catalog of all the lifetimes and connections you had, all the karma you have done. You are allowed to check out your book and look at it. We all do this when we pass away. We're allowed to examine it and then have some conversations to see if we could fix some things. It doesn't have to be that one time. You could do it multiple times. So whenever you can, you may not even remember it. That's where you can go to examine things for any connection you have with this person. It's all spiritual. It's all on the other side. You just got to trust yourself to get there safely, then come back when you wake up. So you can do that on your own. You know how to. You just got to put in that type of research. I honestly believe the way they're talking, you have that ability already. You just got to go and do it. And I don't know what's stopping you. It's probably because you're afraid of discovering what's there. But you can't stay in the shadows if you're going to do this investigation. You're going to have to do the research. You're going to have to come to your own conclusions. Okay, so I did mention that you were scared. In order to shine brightly, you have to have a clear glass. If it's colored in any way, it's going to distort the truth. So, if you want to examine the past, that's what you do. I totally misread it when it came to luminary. I thought it was in this life connection, but we're talking about soul connections. You can investigate. You have the ability to do so. Just do it. I know you're scared. Just do it. I'm just going to give you the kick in the rear to do so. Now, that being said, there is a little bit of guidance for the present and the future. And I'm going to read the rest for you. Yeah, I'm just going to read on and then let you know after each 2 cards, But I think that answer your questions. Just do it. You know how to do it, just do it. You, as a waking part of yourself, may have forgotten, but you know when you're connected. You probably don't need to remember it to know. It'll just hit you. Okay, shapeshifter. So talking about the present. B is in a runner state, and you're on the edge of a dark night. I don't know what you mean by that. Let me go ahead and just read these two, and we'll go from there. Shapeshifter, slinking, changing, and courageously maneuvering through a dark night of the soul, you arise reborn into a glorious sunrise. A long-awaited ending prompts a drastic reorganization that revolutionizes your life. Obsolete constructs are crumbling to make space for this restructure. It's kind of complicated. I think this is going to help clear things out. This break with the past overhauls your world and sets in motion a torrent of exhilarating possibilities. Oh, your long-distance relationship. Okay, makes sense now. Be reassured, as an intuitive communicator, you have the natural ability to adapt, fit in, and be accepted in any new surroundings. This litheness and capacity to camouflage and disguise yourself at will shields you from individuals and groups that no longer resonate with you. Your exit happens so gracefully that no one is perturbed by your swift departure. It is now your responsibility to ensure there is not a repeat performance. True awakening requires a renewal of the mind, heart, and soul. Seek the lessons and appreciate the growth, as it's a complete change for the better. Shapeshifter, you have the ability to change, adapt, and transform at will. Nothing ever stays the same. We are all ever evolving. Change is inevitable, yet growth is purely optional. Elect to learn and grow through change and upheaval. Trust yourself to consciously create change. Black Panther spirit guides you to understand the deeper meaning of your life cycles, supporting you through your different seasons and incarnations. This includes this present incarnation. Hi, Shoot for the Sun, welcome in. When this regal cat shows up for you, it is time to remove any archaic mask. As a shapeshifter, you might find yourself feeling lost at times. Living honestly and authentically is essential to your overall sense of self. Invoke the spirit of the panther when you need the tenacity to stand alone. As a awakened warrior, reclaim your divine power and feeling prowess and approach your journey without trepidation. A raven spirit glides into your jungle to signify that magic is at play. Potent shifts are being realized. Your wishes are being granted. The raven will support you to fly into the darkness of your unconscious mind to transmute any inner turmoil that is currently shadowing your soul light. Deep healing is underway for you. Okay, so I do believe that in a sense the panther and the raven is to kind of like help you, in the sense, give you the confident boost to investigate and look at this. You wonder if you meant to be separated to help accept ourselves on our own, so that if or when we reconnect, we are healthy. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. I don't know how many times people come into and out of my life, even for just 1 year, just like a quick passing, like two ships passing on the ocean but we're able to single to each other like, hi, how are you? And then we all like go off with our lives. I mean, that's life. It's not just a soul connection, it's just a life connection thing. Understandably that you have a deeper connection, even if it's a very platonic one, it sounds like there is a connection there, which is asking you to, you know how to do it, just look at it. Here, it's giving you the confidence boost to look at the life cycles that you're going through, the multiple life cycles that you are going through. And the Raven Spirit is to help you kind of grant your wish and help like uncover the light that you're trying to shield, which is your capacity to examine. Okay. So another way to help look into this is the musician, which I think music is a very useful tool to help you analyze things. Perhaps. I think you're examining in the wrong place. I think you'll hyperfixate on the wrong place. Let's look at musician. Music is the sacred sound of the soul. Sing your soulful song and synchronize to the hum of the universal heartbeat. Apollo, the Greek god of music, smiles at you. As bright and powerful as the sun itself, he brings the promise of a new day dawning. Every spectacular sunrise provides a fresh start full of golden dreams. Positivity breeds positivity. Align with Apollo's sunny outlook to experience the divine power of heaven on earth and embrace the concerto of joy that is awaiting you. Be your own headline act. Step into the limelight and share your creative offerings with an audience that appreciates and celebrates you for your artistic expression. Have the courage to be witnessed by others to build your self-confidence. Trust that they want to hear what you have to say and be moved by your imaginings. But most of all, enjoy your moment in the spotlight and smile from the inside out. Listen to music with meaningful lyrics to inspire and awaken your soul. Stirring music can invoke and amplify your passion for life. Sound has the power to transmute unwanted energies, restore and uplift your spirit. High vibrational music is, at its essence, the sound of spirit. Sacred sound baths, chanting, etc. support you to remember your own divinity while also healing and balancing your chakras, activating like codes and connecting you to your higher self. Release any distractions, comparisons, or competition. Address any power leakages or draining situations. So we're going to go over that part a little bit later. All of these are depleting your energy and taking you further away from your happiness. It's your choice. Choose your joy and rise with the sun god. Apollo also helps you to appreciate the unique and harmonious song of each human being. Everyone has a unique part to play in the cosmic symphony, so focus on your own special contribution. Apollo sings for you. You matter. You hear me? You matter and you are loved. Remember the magic of your life. Expressing your uniqueness is yourself singing in harmony with the Creator. So be yourself. You are a precious gift to the planet. So there are two takeaways I got from this. One is that this doubt, this negativity is kind of like depleting your energy. There may be other people or other situations or environments, maybe even social media, especially with this environment that's going on, could be depleting your energy reserves, when you are low in energy, you're fatigued on an emotional level or a mental level, you're not going to want to go and investigate something that is like a soul kind of thing. So keeping your energy sovereign in a way where you're not depleting your reserves, so that way you do have the fuel in your tank to do the investigation. That will be a huge bonus for you. Another thing is music. Music has been around since ancient times. Sometimes listening to old music or music that you've been attracted to, something that harkens from the past or from a different place, will help bring back memories. And also to make you feel good. Okay? Make you feel good. If you're having a hard time getting into the zone in what you need to do in this present state, listen to some music. Make sure that you feel good about it. Yeah, music is healing. It's so healing. That could be a clue, a way to like kind of zone in, try to figure things out. Sometimes I remember things because of the history lessons I learned in history class. And it always hits me later, those memories. It could be through music also. Hearing some of that archaic music could like trigger some things. So that could be a help as well. Otherwise, as you're feeling lost, as you're feeling a little bit out of place because you're surrounded by people that may not get you or vibe with you, or dealing with people who no longer resonate with you. You know, as you are shifting gears, finding a place where you are accepted or a place where you feel confident in being yourself. Surrounding yourself with the kind of people who's going to uplift you. Music is going to help you guide to that right place, or at least heal you when you're feeling isolated or alone. Actually, that's like the third thing I took from this whole music thing. Because you and B currently are separated. You know, you are dealing with different groups, and that can feel a little bit isolating. And maybe the two of you are not seeing eye to eye. That's okay, you know. So to help process some things and heal that feeling of isolation or like shifting sands or feeling lost, you know, music is going to help you a lot going through that. Yeah. So that's something to contemplate on, you know, ruminate on that for a little bit. This is for the current moment. Just a little bit of help there. For the future, in summary, I will read them soon, but in summary, whatever you want to seek, go out and seek it, or at least let it come to you. Don't stop dreaming. As a little bit of abbreviation between the Sorceress and the Dreamweaver. It's going to give you a little bit of a confidence boost as you move forward. Sorceress. You weave silver threads of creativity into the mystical web of the cosmos. Join the dots and seek out the synchronistic connections to conjure magic. Oh, that old song. That's a good song. The Sorceress has woven her way into your sphere to affirm you have her magnetic powers to manifest infinite blessings. This oracle message serves to remind you that you are a compelling force of nature. You do not need to chase your dreams, and when you can, simply attract them. When your intentions are backed up by your energetic frequency, you become a magnet for your soul's desires. Others are drawn to your alluring qualities. They can sense that you lead from the heart and your intentions are pure. Let this always be the foundation of your manifestations. Declutter and streamline your life. Dust away any old webs to clear your energy and create space for new blessings to enter. Optimistic thoughts, feelings, and actions will attract astonishing wonders to you. Call in your secret desires, and the creative energy of the universe will grant your every wish. Ask, and you shall receive your wildest dreams. Trust that what you seek is also seeking you. You may also feel called to guide others to discover their magical abilities. A long lineage of mystical guides supports you. You may think you are learning new modalities, but often you will be recalling inherited knowledge. Honoring your ancestral guides deepens your magical roots. Integrate this ancient wisdom into the present day to enrich your devotional practices and strengthen your gifts. Reawaken your natural instincts, connection to the land, ancestral knowledge, and root yourself in the depth of the earth. Remember, you are nature experiencing itself as a human for a short while. Utilize natural elements in your manifestation rituals. Every crystal, flower, and plant essence are imbued with restorative properties. Create a nature-inspired spell to ignite your magic. That's one way of doing it. Seek the magic in the seemingly mundane to truly appreciate the deeper meaning of life. May your graceful footsteps kiss the earth with gratitude and magnetize miracles to your doorstep. Okay. Seek and you shall find. You don't have to work hard to seek it. It will come to you so long you clear the space for it. AKA declutter, streamline your life. This had talked about like taking care of your energy shifts here, making sure you're not distracting yourself, making sure that you have a good environment to work in. It's letting you know that in order to seek what you're looking for, or to find what you're looking for, go ahead and set your intentions. And that's part of decluttering. And if you have to do a ritual, it's okay to do a ritual to do so. It's also giving you a boost of don't give up, keep at it. Even though you're not able to make it a reality, you will eventually. Just going to go ahead and give you that little boost. Hold on, someone's asking me to help. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm sorry. I have to deal with something. And that interrupted the whole thing. And it was not an emergency. Yeah, I'm back. I have some words I have to say to that person. Okay, I'm sorry for taking so long. Let's dive back into this. Dreamweaver. Life is a rich tapestry of synchronicities, woven together with meaningful connection. Tie gossamer ribbons of faith to your dreams. Take your dreams and sew them into your life. You are entering a lunar cycle of vision creation, pulling a golden thread from the realm of unlimited potential and entwining it with the sacred now. Balance your fierce determination with quiet confidence to birth your dreams into reality. Perceive, believe, and achieve. Rise into the light of your ever-evolving soul. Your full-bodied intention and focus combined with your innate creativity propels you in the direction of your objectives. At first, you may be afraid to dream without restraint, but know that you are a powerhouse of light force energy. You are the Dreamweaver. Your aptitude for manifestation is greater than you can ever comprehend. Do not underestimate your abilities. Time and money are an illusion, so focus on your joy instead, and a steady flow of abundance will become a natural consequence. Set your target high so that you can reach up and grow into new levels. Expand your mind and feel as if your desire is already fulfilled. When you can handle the magnitude of this new elevation, you will rise to meet it. Progressive discovery is far more rewarding than instant gratification. Self-assurance develops as milestones are reached, so celebrate every step of the way. The rosy full moon magnetizes your wishes and attracts abundant resources to you. Pay attention and observe the mysterious coincidences that occur and usher you closer to your moonlit dreams. Rise above limiting thoughts to seek opportunities that will accelerate your desires. When you question your doubts, reframe your negative self-talk and face your fears. You realign with your wildest dreams and stitch positivity back into your life's tapestry. Okay. Concerning about, this could have been very broad about life in general. Whatever you dream, it will happen. Keep going. Don't give up on your dreams. That type of thing. But in this context, with your investigation, spiritual connections, as you look into it, you're going to get it in spurts, in breadcrumbs over time. By the way, Dreamweaver is talking about, it may not be instant gratification, oh, I know everything. It's going to be unraveled over time. That's not to dishearten you, because when you look at one thing and the answer is one type of question, you have multiple questions and you're going to want to answer those. Oh, sorry, Jenny. This is still Belka's reading. This is not your reading. So sorry for the delay. This is a rather long reading. This is still for Belka. So just keep that in mind. Don't be disheartened. as you are pursuing this, looking into this, it will come to you. So long you do seek it out. Don't give up on it, because I think it is something that will help you out as you contemplate on it and examine it, etc. Don't feel discouraged. Is probably a nice way of saying it. Now, a little bit of advice overall. Talking about your personal inner circle in this life, and the reasons why they want you to create more of an inner circle, which is about setting boundaries. Okay. Overall advice: love is an endless circle, complete, whole, and absolute. With no beginning or end, the circle symbolizes unity and oneness. Devoted oracles resided in temples all over the ancient world. Together, they adoringly preserve sacred shrines and rites for spiritual guidance, gathering, and worship. Seek like-hearted community connections for belonging, support, and friendship to strengthen your network, which is going back to the shapeshifter. As you are dealing with that separation, you're going to find other people that is going to match your vibe. So it's reiterating that aspect. A dynamic group of well-intentioned equals is circling in and around you at present. Your magnetic vibration has attracted these uplifting connections so you can support each other on your journey. Reach out and engage with this caring community. You don't have to do everything alone. When big-hearted souls join forces, you can move mountains. Life is not always linear. Sometimes you are thrown a curveball and have a supportive network to back you up. And having a supportive network to back you up is both comforting and powerful. Ask for help. Embrace the love of your community. Unconditional reciprocity builds strong ties. A mutual mission brings you even closer together. By sharing your unique gifts and strengths, your sphere is even richer. Contrasting views, ideas, and thinking balances your community with an expanded perspective. Respect the exceptional qualities, values, and special contribution of others. Unified, your circle of influence can actually do something significant to make a real difference in the world. Concentrating on the enormity of an issue that you have no control over can be soul destroying, figuratively. Instead, focus on what you can do to help. Even small acts of kindness and community service contribute to the overall situation and create peace and unity. When we come together in friendship, spiritual training, and service, we all rise. Even the best of friends disagree sometimes, but when you can resolve issues together, it is empowering for all. Creative solutions are born from collaboration and seeking a united way forward. Okay, definitely for sure. You're going to be surrounded by other people who really understand this journey that you're on, who gets you. Who understands what you're doing or trying to do. They may be able to give helpful tips, but overall, it's support. Find other people to support you, uplift you, that love you. Even if it's platonic love, Find a good community of people that will accept you. And who knows, you may be able to do some really awesome things together. The reason why it's encouraging this is Guardian, which is about setting boundaries from those who try to misuse your energies, and surround yourself with people who are going to be there for you and not trying to use you. Dear soul, know that you are never alone. You are treasured, loved, and supported at all times. Take comfort in knowing the light bearers are watching over you. A message of reassurance and hope has arrived for you. Your guardians implore you to take the leap of faith, knowing that you are protected and supported. The temple guardians are caring for your sacred grove, home, and loved ones. Their illuminating presence brightens up any dark corners of your life. Tune into their unfathomable love for you as love heals fear. Ask yourself, are your doubts and fears merely speculative? So you had mentioned you were scared to look. What are you scared about? The truth? What has been done has been done. You're just revisiting. You're not reliving it per se. You're just finding the truth. It's not really going to repeat. When facing your fears, trust your inner wisdom and consult your spirit guides. Listen to your heart, not your head. Repetitive worry can distort the truth and paralyze you, while deep self-trust uplifts you to wondrous heights. The well-meaning ego, your inner voice of fear and self-doubt, is designed to keep you safe, but consequently also small and insignificant. While growing pains may not be fun, they can also be a positive sign that you are currently experiencing a spiritual revolution. Preserve your energy by setting strong parameters and protecting the limits of your personal space. Establishing clear boundaries is an act of self-love. Without them, you give others permission to treat you in a limitless way. Once established, you'll be free to show up authentically, completely comfortable that others are fully aware of who you are and what you stand for, which is all about finding that perfect circle. Self-guardianship and sovereign power create a sense of safety, security, and steadiness within your whole being. Conserve your strength and establish healthy detachment from unnecessary drama, which is going back to these two, that drains your energy, which is also mentioning about the declutter here. Create a stable foundation to navigate the best way forward. You may also be feeling called to awaken the rebel within and break any self-imposed restraints. You are a rebel with a cause. Fiercely protective of your ideals and values, you are a formidable force of nature. Heed the call to step as a protector of human rights, environmental issues, and similar holy quests, for you are a champion of love. Your courageous action towards positive change is escalating in leaps and bounds. Know that you are making a difference in your own independent way. Okay. And also, in a way, I totally forgot that you are protected and you are loved. And you can call upon these spirits for help as you're doing your investigation. For sure. Especially those that are used to dealing with reincarnation and karma. They're used to it. They can help. So, since you are a subscriber, I'm going to give you a little helper here. Definitely for sure, it's really letting you know as you're feeling lonely from this isolation between you and your friend. Go ahead and seek out other friends to help fill in that void, while also maintaining your boundaries, making sure that you're surrounded by those who resonate with you, that totally get you, not surrounding yourself with people that are trying to undermine you or diminish you. And also don't doubt yourself. as you look into this. Okay. Last but not least, shine your light. Once again, no one can do you as you can. Sometimes we feel that we need to be a certain way, a way not aligned with our authentic self. It takes discipline to do what we love, especially if we are natural givers. It is easy to get caught up with other people's lives. Tending to our own needs harm none. And we will have a lot more to give. It is time to collect our light and shift the vibration here on Earth, starting with our inner sense of being. You are a sovereign being. Regain compassionate empowerment and remember what lights up your world. Okay. Take care of yourself. I know you've been focusing on them. You are important. Crying is healing. Crying is healing. No matter, whether it have anything to do spiritually, it is healing for you, at least on a physical and emotional level. It's totally okay to cry. Biochemically, it helps you. I think you have been missing them. And I think it's time for you to focus on yourself. Especially if you want to investigate this connection. I think you're missing the piece of the puzzle here, and I think that piece of the puzzle is you. Which, if you are used to giving parts of yourself away to others who take you for granted, not in a bad way, but like in a, unassuming way, like they don't appreciate where you're coming from or how taxing it is for you. I think it's time for you to really focus on yourself more than anything. Well, you did say that he's physically elsewhere, like long distantly. I don't know, it's really metaphorical. But whatever he's going to go through, he's going to have to work it out on his own terms, on his own journey. That's his thing. He may not need to know it in order to deal with whatever it is in this life. Okay, you on the other hand, if it's really bothering you that much, you know how to look for it, you just gotta do it. At least you as a soul. And I already gave you a major clue, to find that out. But more than anything, I think it's be authentic, don't doubt yourself, more than anything. Set your boundaries. Right. Yeah. And it will take time. It will take time because as you unravel one thing, you ask another question and you have to answer that question, and it kind of dominoes until finally you get full of it. So it's a journey, but you are welcome to explore it. You're welcome to seek it out, and you know how to go for it. You have a lot of naysayers? Ahaha. That's why they say surround yourself with people who understand you. You don't need that. Because they don't know you. They're not in your body. They haven't gone through all the experiences you have experienced. And it's really not for them to know. If they can't accept it, that's their problem. You have other stuff to work on. And I've been there. I completely understand where you are. I've been there with someone who I have to investigate a little bit to like figure things out. And I totally get where you're coming from. And it's okay to investigate if it helps you go forward as a person. If that makes sense. Okay. So, I wish you the best. You know, surround yourself with people who love you and accept you. And I wish you all the best as you look into this. Okay. Jenny, are you still here? Thank you so much for your patience. Oh, and you're welcome, Boko. Thank you so much for requesting this. And thank you so much for your patience, both you and Jenny. Yeah, Brian, or Bian. I'm in a mood today. I'm having a hard time today. So if you... It's Bianca. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry I mispronounced your name. Bianlet. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to have a reading, it's going to be through the channel points. You can request them anytime that you want. Only have one person that I'm going to work on right now, and that is Sig Jenny Vlogs. Hopefully that you are still here. Channel points are in the bottom left of your chat bar. Here. Sig Jenny Vlogs, are you still here? Yeah, it's probably going to be this. If you don't respond, I'm not going to do your reading. Let me do this. Oh, well, thank you for the follow. Hopefully that will alert them that I'm ready. Again, it was a long reading. I totally understand that they just wanted to leave. And I knew I'd have a major interruption in the middle of the reading. But hopefully they're available right now. Oh, you're talking about the channel points? It's based on what kind of question you have and whichever tarot spread or oracle spread that is closest to the question that you have. the more that you stay on here, the more you accumulate channel points. And it depends on how much investigation you want to go into it, or how many cards you really want to use to like look into it. Yeah, that's usually your in general questions. Love questions can be done with, let me pull this up. That could be a 1 card, that could be present future card, that could be 2 choices if you're trying to choose 2 things with that person. If you're trying to get over like some inner, oh, whoa, that's a huge paragraph. Oh, okay, I see. Goodness, that's a lot. When we be together, sounds like it's a yes or no kind of question. So we can just do a 1 card 100 yes or no. That would be very succinct. If you want to know more details, you could get a 3 card spread where we analyze the situation that you describe a little bit more. So yes and no would work. Definitely. So that would be 100 channel points. If you do happen to have 100 channel points, you could use it now. If you don't have it, you could just hang out here for a little while until you can get it. I was planning to do like some group readings, so if you need more points to accumulate, that's totally... Sig, you're here! That's totally understandable. So I'm going to do Sig's reading right now. And then when you decide what kind of cards or how many cards you want for that reading, I'll do yours next. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience, Sig, or Jenny. I'm so sorry I'm mispronouncing your name. Oh, the Emperor Arcana spread came from the Aries season, which I totally forgot to turn off. That's about like setting boundaries, looking at what you can control, what you can't control, what you need to focus on, what you don't need to focus on, that type of thing. So present future general reading for you and your man, and this deck was very strong, so I'm going to use this for you and wanting to answer that. It got stuck. There we go. Okay. Present and future. Okay, cool. I'll do that next. Thank you so much for redeeming it. Yeah. Oh, and let me show you what they look like. Okay, so we're going to look at the present, and this is the future. Ooh, ads are going to kick in pretty soon. I'm going to hit snooze, so that way I have some time to read this for you. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so Jenny, presently it's going to encourage you to master your fears and explore your shadow. The darkness is sacred, the night holds beautiful secrets. There is a unique healing quality to the cool light of the moon. One cannot fully appreciate the day without the profound renewal of night. Devotion to life is not complete without devotion also to death. Instead of chasing happiness, frivolity, and light, try following darkness like a dream. Revel in the velvety texture of your sadness. Breathe deeply into your foggy loneliness and discover certain pleasure in letting your painful feelings flow. The night does not last forever, after all. Its unique delights are but passing through. Apologies. Seek and enjoy the aesthetics of the dark. Wear or decorate with dark colors, moody styles, and gothic imagery, or incorporate them into your artistic medium of choice. Play or listen to music that is mysterious or even macabre. Value not just your dreams, but also your nightmares. There is a vast reserve of power hidden in your fear. Turn towards it, not away. A reoccurring nightmare, much like a persistent worry, is an opportunity to practice mastering and moving beyond your discomfort and dread. Be willing to look fear in the face again and again for as long as it takes. With each jolt of terror you lean into, your fright will diminish and your courage will steadily prevail. Similarly, your sensitivity can feel like a burden when you feel the heartbreak of the world. But when you learn to hold that pain and be with it, your spiritual wisdom will deepen and your psychic and intuitive abilities will increase. You can't outrun your shadow, and you can't heal everything or eradicate everyone's suffering. But when you gaze with clear eyes into the dark, you will discover a portal to power. Relax into darkness, flow with it, follow it like a dream. Okay, so whatever it is that you're afraid of with this relationship, that you keep sweeping under the rug because it's scary, it's nasty, it's going to make people sad or make people upset, whatever it is, it's letting you know to just embrace it and confront it and lean into it. It's not something you should diminish or wash away. So that's the advice for the present moment with you and your person. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, do let me know. For the future, it's a bit of a warning. See through the drama and games for the future. You have been drawn into a drama down the road, something seductive, exciting, and dark. Perhaps you haven't realized there's a form of beauty in this because you have only been focused on the drama's exquisite heartbreak or discord. But the beauty is there. Sometimes we actually create drama in order to inject a little excitement into life. This is not a judgment. In fact, life would be half lived if it didn't contain at least a little such delectable enchantment and pain. The message here, though, is that the conditions are unstable. Again, this is the future. As they are, they certainly cannot hold. Someone may be drawing someone else into a lovely trap. Are you the trapper or the trapped? Most likely a little of both. But take heed. If things continue as they are, a glorious shipwreck could be ahead. One day you might reminisce, smile, and say, it happened, it was terrible, it was so lovely in its own way, and then it was over. Or perhaps you will prefer to prolong or preserve something here by establishing more sustainable conditions. If the latter is the case when you do enter this drama, if the latter is the case, you have work to do to transform this situation or relationship into one that will happily and joyfully last. Even still, you may not succeed. In fact, it may be better for you to look elsewhere for stability, to take what you will from this experience, this drama, and move on to the next. Thirsty Tarot, thank you so much for the follow. Provided engaging in this drama is not truly dangerous to your body, mind, or spirit, feel free to stay with it for as long as it thrills and entices you. It will probably not last much longer anyway, so you might as well just live it up. But if engaging in this drama in the future does put you in some form of danger, or if you're just grown weary of being in such a unsustainable, elevated milieu, get out. Another reason to put a stop to this situation, this future situation, would be if you're mistreating someone or cruelly playing with your emotions. If you're not acting with integrity, other areas of your life will surely suffer. You will do well to change your approach so that you act with greater honor and impeccability, even if that requires you to apologize or admit you have been dishonest or behave untowardly. As the great bard wrote, these violent delights had violent ends. If you aren't ready for an ending, you must find a steadier pace and navigate toward calmer waters. So that's the future. That's down the road for you. And I think that's pretty good advice and takes care of that whole aspect in all different angles. Again, Sig Jenny, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Oh, thank you, Thirsty Tarot. I had a huge interruption, but other than that, I am doing very well. It's been a really nice stream. Are you welcome? And I appreciate you requesting it. Okay. Beyond Let? Let's do the 3-card spread. I think we are going to use this for more direct yes and no's. Okay. Nope. Oh, jeez. I don't trust myself for anything that pops out because I have been doing a lot of physical work these past few days. A lot of house cleaning, a lot of gardening. It's been physically demanding. Oh, letting all know, ads are finally kicking in. I'm going to let it go through. Do not panic when the ads do come through. I will not do the reading while the ads are happening. Don't worry about it. I'll just be shuffling and chatting while the ads are happening. And thank you all for your patience. Let me double check something here. Okay. Oh, ads are happening. I'll wait. Okay. Yeah, I did say that the adage is over for everyone. If you go down on this path, you could give everything to this person. You could give them all the love that you can give, beyond kisses, okay? You will be taken for granted. But you will never have a stable relationship. You will be taken for a drive and then drop off. So, I recommend that you just cool it and work on yourself. These are all reversed to me. Looking at this, the Four of Pentacles, it's saying that you can work as diligently as you want in a relationship, but it's not going to be as treasured as the real thing. And with these two queens being upside down, it's letting me know that you could be substituting this infatuation for this coworker for any sort of insecurities that you have about yourself. And I think it's best that you really get down to why you're showering this person all this affection, not infection, affection, when you should be doing that to you, for yourself, by yourself, that kind of thing. Yeah, it would be through the channel points, carrot cake. If you want a reading, as you accumulate channel points, you can request them, and I will be able to do a reading for you. Thank you for hopping in. Yeah, tarot calls you out. Tarot really will call you out. So there's two aspects of this that probably needs to be examined, so that way they could be flipped up to the right side up. The passionate side of yourself, which kind of gets into this recklessness. Oh, well, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. And this lack of self-confidence, this insecurity, where is it coming from? Why are you feeling insecure? Why are you being reckless? So once you're able to answer those, you realize that all this affection you're doing for someone else is just a cover-up. Invest in yourself. Go on. Have courage to really deep dive into yourself. You find out that you don't really need this person. And honestly, who wants to fall in love with someone who's going to take advantage of you? I don't think you should. Just putting it out there. So, I hope that helps. Ultimately, those answers are going to be within you, and only you can answer that. Good. Good. I'm so glad. I'm sure someday you will fall in love with someone, but definitely, for sure, learn to love yourself. No one is going to fill in that void. No one. And thank you so much for the request. I really appreciate it. And thank you for spending your time here. Oh, and you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. I wish you all the best. Oh, let me put this aside. All right, let's see. Let me rearrange my cards here. I'm going to go ahead and do a BRB real quick, get something to drink. And when I come back, if y'all have any more requests for personal readings, more welcome to do so. Request them whenever you have the channel points. I'm thinking of doing some group readings if y'all are interested. But I really do need to drink something real quick. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. So if y'all have group readings that you want me to do, you're more than welcome to request them anytime. Otherwise, I was thinking of doing a couple of group readings. We are now in Taurus season. It started this past Sunday. And usually it's about nourishing the soil which we had embedded our seeds of ambition. It's kind of like a lengthy way of saying it. Aries season is about taking our seeds of what we wanted to do or set out to do for this year. Taurus season is about nourishing and preparing that soil so that way that seed could like grow and, you know, nourish it as it grows. In a way, it's a very lengthy way of saying it. That seed could be about like whatever you want to pursue. It could be about reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your family, you know, whatever it is that you wish to do or set your sights on. Taurus season is about nourishment. So that being said, I was thinking about doing the Hierophant and the Empress for the whole group. Oh, I see a whole bunch of people left. If y'all really want to have readings, you're more than welcome to like ask for it any time. It's just got to be through channel points. So, that being said, I'm going to do the Empress reading first for everyone. See what we all need to hear right off the bat. Hold on, let me think for a moment. Oh, okay. So the Empress spread is about not only nourishing ourselves, it's also about nourishing those around us. It's also talking about like self-care a little bit and not to like overextend yourself. So what do we all need to hear from this reading? And this is for all signs, all elements, all modalities. It's for everyone. Okay, yeah. So this is what we could offer to the world right now, what we need. What do we have to give, which is the Hangman in reverse? What we should keep for ourselves that we need to protect and guard, that is the Five of Cups upside down. What is in the process of fruition that needs to be nourished and care, that is the Magician in reverse. And what is being overextended where there's a lack of boundaries, we have the Four of Cups. So I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to go from the center, and we're going to work our ways out. The Magician is about Sorry, there's a lot of distractions going on right now. Okay. With the Magician being in reverse, all of our plans that we have been working on kind of fizzled out. Things that we thought was stable and is going to be there was depleted or gone. All of our future plans for this year have been changed, especially from these past 4 months. Everything has radically changed and had been altered. Not saying it's dead. It's just requiring us to change our expectations, which we're working on patience. You know, just because we're dealing with these setbacks and delays and things are not working out the way we want to, doesn't mean it's not going to manifest. Okay, we're still the Magician, things are still going to happen. It's just going to be met with resistance. And that resistance simply could be lack of funds or time. Dealing with, those type of delays or any sort of faultiness that comes along with this plan. A lot of hiccups or bumps along the road that we all need to try to take things in stride, which is a really tall ask. So what we should be nourishing on or work on as we head through Taurus season and probably for the rest of this year is how to not be so headstrong with our expectations on where things are, where they need to go. That tends to cause more problems than fixes things. If we end up let's say it's a career issue or a job issue where our frustrations are coming in, we certainly are not going to get anywhere by yelling at our coworkers. Okay, that type of toxic environment is not going to be sustainable and not intuitive for creative endeavors or things like getting done. And they certainly won't be able to understand the frustration or stress that's behind these type of outbursts. So we have to learn how to take things in stride and be patient with it. And I think this is why we have the Hangman in reverse. It's what we need to work with, for sure. What we need to hold our hands with and walk with it. Okay. This idea of things are not really coming my way. I've been waiting for my train to come or my bus to come. This bus is success, and I've been waiting at the station, and everyone else has been boarding their buses. Mine hasn't come yet. Shifting over here to this Hangman. You're still going to make it. You're still going to make it. You're still going to get there. You just can't compare yourself with everyone else on their journey and their progress. Because you don't know when their starting line had happened. You don't know how many years it took for them to reach to that moment. And who's to say that you and them are going to have the same starting line, the same hurdles they all have to jump over to get to where you wanted to go. Their success does not diminish your future success. And any success that you have accumulated will certainly not diminish anyone else's. More than anything, it should be a celebration. If you want people to celebrate the good things that happened to you because you did all the work, you have been patient, you've been towing the line, then you are going to have to celebrate everyone else's and not be jealous. So that's hard. That is something we have to walk hand in hand with here for this Taurus season as we progress forward, which is not an easy thing to hear for a lot of people, because a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people have to pivot. Some people's jobs that they used to have are not there anymore. They had to go in a different direction, depending on the varying degrees on what that different direction is. It is not easy. And frankly, I think a lot of people are feeling the same way of things are not working out the way they wanted to. And it is frustrating and difficult. And I think everyone feels that. So I certainly don't think you're alone. Everyone who's here needing to hear this reading for Taurus season. So, looking at where we are extending, where we're giving ourselves too much away of, when there's a lack of boundaries, is the Four of Cups in reverse. Which we usually tend to think Four of Cups in reverse as being very compassionate. You know, you are not apathetic, you're not sitting down, crossing your arms, saying no. You're actually aware of things, of what's going on. And you want to do something. But there's also a sense of being discontent. It's a little bit different from the Six of Pentacles, you know, where Six of Pentacles is about charity. Here, the Four of Cups is about, like, our contentment. And with it being in reverse, we're discontent. We're not really fulfilled. And we feel that any opportunity that we're trying to strive for is unrewarding. So that type of mentality we could do away from. We really are buying into this narrative here that we're a little bit focused on the present disparities, which is understandable. Okay, if you've been following the news, it's a lot to take in. It's very angry, it's very frustrating, and it does affect your personal life. And your personal life is very hard. This kind of has the Five of Cups energy a little bit, where it is focusing on the wrong thing. Here, there's too much focus on what you're lacking. Too much focus on being fulfilled, not getting what you want. Which feeds into this, the Magician in reverse, which kind of feeds into the Hangman in reverse. This striving and yearning, gnashing your teeth, you know, climbing to the mountaintop in this rat race, you know. It's exhausting. what they suggest in order to kind of bring this around where it is an upside 4 cups is this sense of having camaraderie, having friends. Go concentrate on community. If you really want to work on this boundary, if you are extending here and focusing, over focusing on what you're lacking, focus on what you have. Focus on your friends, the celebrations that they have. Celebrate life. Community. Not community in what the higher ups want. Okay, that's their people, what they want. You're going to have to look for your people who you could surround yourself with, that's going to give you love and support, and give them love and support. Because this whole thing could be years in the making, and who's to say that the Beatles were an overnight sensation? Like, it took them years to get to the point where they were a sensation in America. And in that time, they spent their years crafting their work and putting it together, doing the shows. They spent their time celebrating with their friends and family. And have fun and live life. Do the same. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate with your friends. Have fun. That way you bring this into balance. The key here is balance. We're doing too much of this. Not to say ignore it. It's not saying ignore it, just bring it into balance. Because this is depleting your energy reserves. Ads may kick in pretty soon. We have one more card left to examine. To finish out the Empress spread. And I'm going to sneak peek with the 5 of Cups. Oh, I forgot it was the 5 of Cups in reverse. So let me double check here. Okay. This is a very positive thing. So I think y'all will be happy to hear what this will be when the ads are over. Also, for reading about self-care, this is probably the most intense tarot spread I have to deal with. This is hitting hard. This is a hard-hitting tarot spread. Welcome back, everyone, from the ads. There is some good news. This is something that you need to keep, that you need to cherish. It's this willingness to come to life. The 5 of Cups, when it's upright, it talks about mourning over what you have lost, which is the overturned cups, especially the cups that she's pouring out here. With it being in reverse, it's acknowledging that you have done the grieving process. You have acknowledged this loss, this disruption that had occurred, and you're ready to move on, ready to get past that grieving stage and kind of reintegrate yourself back into life, you know, back into society, back into whatever it is that you wanted to get yourself back into. That for a career perspective, if you had lost your job, this is about you overcoming that grief of losing it and then reintegrating yourself back into the marketplace, or preferably with another job. Or at least the idea of the concept of it really appeals to you, and you feel you're just ready to get back into the fight. So that is something you do need to nurture for sure. Continue to feed into this, continue to protect that feeling of, I did my time in grieving over this, I am ready, let me go back into, you know, living this life. It will help you re-engage with your friends, re-engage your family that, you know, do love you and support you. Okay. Finding that community, and then like do those small celebrations that everyone does. Celebrating those wins whenever there is a win, you know, or just having fun, you know, just going out having fun. That is going to give you the strength with nourishing you moving on from this loss. So that is something to think about for Taurus season. Don't focus on what others have, okay? Your journey is your journey. It's like a elementary kid comparing themselves to a high schooler, looking at all of the stuff that they have and saying, wow, they're so awesome. Look at me, I'm such a dweeb. You know, their journey is totally different from yours. Okay. Or vice versa. You know, looking at you as a high schooler, looking back at an elementary kid and go, wow, they have it easy. You know, because they're not dealing with X, Y, and Z. You know, that kind of comparison should not exist, whether you are this elementary or high schooler or whatever. Everyone's journeys is different, and you should honor that. Try to embrace new opportunities. Try your best to be less impatient, be less frustrated. Try not to get into this toxic competitive comparison, and go easy on yourself. It could take a while for things to finally go to where you are, and it's going to require a lot of hard work. Just take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on others. There's going to be bumps in the road, and that's part of life. We're just dealing with the really hard knocks right now of life. But you can make it through. Others have made it through. You can too. Cosmic Fears, thank you so much for the request. I certainly would do that as soon as I'm done. So, yeah, I think that's pretty succinct for the Empress reading for everyone. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on others. Celebrate, have fun. And you'll get there when you get there. One step at a time. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use this. Let's see who is going to be the helper for that reading. Okay. All right, Cosmic. So just a general, no specific questions? Ah, okay. I guess the best question is, what do you want from this reading? Do you want assurance? Or do you want solutions? So I think that's what I need to know before I continue. For once, the general reading is too broad. Okay. Okay. Which is understandable. A lot of things are kind of out of our control. Yeah, come on. Okay, but it's just a little bit stronger. So we got the star in reverse for the situation. 3 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, okay. And of course, since you're a subscriber, you get an oracle card with this. Okay, I'm assuming it's this one, but yeah. Okay, so we got Shapeshifter for this one. Okay. Let me look up 3 of Wands for you. Will help if I have the book upright so I can read it. Okay, hold on. I think I know what to do. Okay. Let me make sure I pick the right one for the star in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to read this. out loud. So we have the Star in reverse, suggesting a lack in faith in life. You might feel unable to see a viable alternative to your current circumstances. So it looks like because you feel like you have no other alternatives and you're just kind of lost because, like, what am I going to do with this circumstance? Shake things up. It's usually with the Star in reverse, you kind of go back to the prior card in the deck, and that was the Tower. And that requires you to, like, shake things up. More so in the sense of the Three of Wands, where you progress with your goals. Whatever you have planned, go forth with it. Even if it means it's going to make other people upset, even if it means it's disruptive, be disruptive for your own benefit. Go forth with your ideas. Go forth with what you want, with your goals. Don't stop, just do it. Now, you can look for help with those who have the resources to help you achieve your goals. Usually the Five of Pentacles, you have someone who is financially impoverished, and they're trying to look for someone who's willing to be charitable to help them out of their situation. And usually it's the church that's behind them. They have the ability to go inside to ask for help and resources, but they are unwilling to do so. In this circumstance, it's finding someone or like a group of people who have the means to help you out, probably financially, to give you the boost to help you go where you need to go. And you can call upon this person for help, or probably a group of people for help with the shapeshifter here. But you do have to shake things up in order to progress with your goals. Definitely don't get into this corner of, I can't do anything. You have the ability to go and receive help. You just got to go and ask in order to continue on with your goals. Definitely, for sure, it's reassuring you, go forth and do it. And it's definitely saying for sure, the way the progression is, don't leave everything stagnant. You just can't keep things as the way they are. You're going to do some changes that are disruptive. But it's a good disruption. It needs to happen. Oh, and Suspicious Username, thank you so much for the redeem. I'll do yours after this. Thank you. So, let me read Shapeshifter to you. You probably heard this before, but I'm going to go ahead and reread it to you again. You may have to move to a different group of people, or move to a new company, or whatever it is that's going to give you the nourishment or the support or resources to do what you want to do. Slaking, changing, and courageously maneuvering through a dark night of the soul, you arise reborn into a glorious sunrise. A long-awaited ending prompts a drastic reorganization that revolutionizes your life. Obsolete constructs are crumbling to make space for this restructure. This break with the past overhauls your world and sets in motion a torrent of exhilarating possibilities. Be reassured, as an intuitive communicator, you have the natural ability to adapt, fit in, and be accepted in any new surroundings. This litheness and capacity to camouflage and disguise yourself at will shields you from individuals and groups that no longer resonate with you. Your exit happens so gracefully that no one is perturbed by your swift departure. It is now your responsibility to ensure there is not a repeat performance. True awakening requires a renewal of the mind, heart, and soul. Seek the lessons and appreciate the growth, as it's a complete change for the better. Shapeshifter, you have the ability to change and adapt and transform at will. Nothing ever stays the same. We're all ever evolving. Change is inevitable, yet growth is purely optional. Elect to learn and grow through change and upheaval, which is what it's calling here. Shake it up. Trust yourself to consciously create change. The Black Panther spirit guides you to understand the deeper meaning of your life cycles, supporting you through your different seasons and incarnations. When this regal cat shows up for you, it is time to remove any archaic mask. As a shapeshifter, you might find yourself feeling lost at times. Living honestly and authentically is essential to your overall sense of self. Invoke the spirit of the panther when you need the tenacity to stand alone. As an awakened warrior, reclaim your divine power in feeling prowess and approach your journey without trepidation. A raven spirit glides into your jungle to signify that magic is at play. Potent shifts are being realized. Your wishes are being granted. The raven will support you to fly into the darkness of your unconscious mind to transmute any inner turmoil that is currently shadowing your soul light. Deep healing is underway for you. In other words, courage to end a situation creates peace. Definitely a confirmation and assurance. Nothing stays the same. And for you, that's a good thing. Because certainly you don't want to stay dealing with this forever, in this current moment that you're in. Making the moves, making changes is going to help you shake out of this rut that you're in, or this situation that you're in. That's right. Absolutely. So, shake it up. Find someone or a group of people who's going to help you give the resources or the finances to pursue what you need to pursue. Definitely do go forward with your plans. Even if you have to travel, even if you have to go to like a totally different job, academy, overseas, whatever that is. Even if it means like traveling. And I wish you the best. I think that's all I could say from this reading. And I really hope that it helps. Awesome. I'm so glad. I wish you all the best. Oh, you did the personal luck reading. That came from the March St. Patty's luck reading. Let me find my book for that. I'll be right back. There we go. Let me find it. Oh, I think it was this. Nope, that didn't open to it. Oh, that's New Year's. That's the full moon. I know I have it somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, yeah, it's a luck reading. I could redeem your points, or I could reject it. Because honestly, I was not expecting that. You're wanting a love reading? Okay. Those points are given back to you. No, I have to go and find it. And I already gave the points back to you. There's a 2 card. Okay, cool. Oh, general. You said it was a love reading. Why did you say love? It was a luck reading. Hold on, I'm confused. You don't want love. Did you think that I was talking about love instead of luck? But you were wanting a luck reading. Okay. So that's my fault for accidentally sending that back to you. That's my fault. Where did I put that? I'm going to find it eventually and copy it over and just place it among my stuff because I can't find it and that's my fault. I had it. Oh well, I'm wasting time. So how about we focus on your present and future in the sense of luck, because that's what you were going for. Okay. ads might come in pretty soon. Just a heads up, I won't do the reading during ads, especially when it's like a general reading for everyone. So if you see ads, just don't panic. It's gonna be okay. A lot of people panic when the ads do come up. I'm not gonna talk through the ads when it comes to these type of things, unless you're a subscriber and it's your personal reading. Okay. Oh, it hasn't kicked in yet. I get the notification when the whole group gets ads, so I know when it will kick in and when it's done. Why are you? Oh, wait. Steadies. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. I had to think for a moment why I was getting this, and then I realized, oh yeah, it meant persistence and hard work. I am really entering the last leg of my stream. Okay, ads should be done. Welcome back. Let's do this reading. So Six of Pentacles is about charity, usually, generosity. So from what I gather, presently you are very lucky in receiving a lot of gifts, a lot of favors, receiving generous donations, a lot of support. You know, when you ask for favors, you know, it's usually granted. If you needed help, usually it is given. So you've been looking in that department presently. Down the road, it's just letting you know that over time, such luck is going to come from your own hard work. And hard work that is done in a very steady pace, slow and steady wins the race kind of situation, where so long you keep at it, you get there. That kind of thing. It's not in the sense of like hardship or anything like that. It's just, you know, the type of luck that you want to get down the road, it's going to be rewarding all the hard work that you have done. So, you will be rewarded for what you put into it. Right now, you're being supported. Oh, I did see that you're going back to college. Oh, okay, okay. So, any sort of luck or accomplishment or achievement or whatever it is, it's going to be rewarding the work you put into it. So that's what I'm seeing in the luck reading. Okay, that is. Yeah, I'm just reading back what you had said. I have trouble receiving help and gifts, but I do have a caring, supportive people. That's definitely a gift. You are being taken care of by other people, for sure. And they're willing to help you out. But from here on out, like, not here on out, but like down the road, it's definitely going to be reward to your hard work. It is going to change from what you're used to. Oh, and you're welcome. You're very, very much welcome. Um, but yeah, I'm so sorry for the mess up, with the, cross wires and all that. Okay. But we got there. We got there. I didn't mess up. The luck reading is a little bit more in depth, and honestly, I should have put more channel points because it's a lot more in depth. But at least you got something out of this one, which makes me happy, even though it's very, very short. Hi, Studio Fortress. Welcome in. Sometimes when life happens, things get rearranged. Yeah. I know it's in one of my journals. I gotta find that journal again and then just write it down in a separate piece of paper and just stick it among my tarot stuff. That's what I really need to do. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I do tarot for free. I know a lot of people have a lot of hang-ups about tarot readers asking money to like do readings for others. And some people do it as a profession, and they are in their right to ask financial, compensation for doing tarot readings. I, on the other hand, take a different stance on like tarot readings. For me, my money comes through my art, like my books, the other stuff that I'm putting out there. Maybe eventually like YouTube, subscriptions or like subscribers from Twitch, that's also financial support. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. But certainly, like, you're already paying for it with ads here on Twitch. Why should I ask you more? Like, I'd rather have my services paid through, like, my books, Oh, no. You weren't scolding. You weren't scolding. It's just, it's kind of like this mindset out there among people, like, oh my god, I really need help. I need tarot readings, but it costs an arm and a leg. And, they have every right to, like, ask for that because they got families to feed. At least those who do it as a profession. And, you know, tarot does take a lot out of you if you're doing it on a one-to-one kind of basis. I remember, like, last year how I was doing tarot. It wasn't through the channel point system, it was by the list, like everyone else that's, you know, doing tarot these days. And it was exhausting. Just one after another going down the list. And I didn't have any, like, sort of, like, structure to the readings. It was, like, all on a whim. And, I could have put a little, you know, threshold to kind of, like, set up a boundary to kind of, like, preserve my energy, if that makes sense. But I did like the idea of, like, choosing those who do have the finances over those who don't. No fault for those who do, okay? I decided to do it through the channel points. In a way, by spending our time here on this channel, watching, like, video games when I play them, or, like, hanging out here during, you know, tarot time readings, you accumulate points, and that can be used to, like, get a reading. And the more intense readings, you know, have higher channel points. So it's my way of making sure I take care of myself without, like, charging anyone. It's a little bit, you know, hard to, like, relate to other people who are, like, new. And I know it's very confusing, and it's not like a fast and quick thing that people like to do for tarot readings. There's no list per se. But I feel like it does help me out a lot, you know, setting it up, and it does help out, like, all of you. Hopefully it does, who are asking for readings, that you have something to, like, choose, you know, a certain tarot spread that's just as in-depth as you want it to be. Because sometimes I go way too deep in the readings and take too long when some people just want, like, a quick, you know, assessment. And that kind of, like, helps, you know, rein that in, you know, so. So you're not scolding anyone. You're not scolding anyone, for sure, you know. It's just a conception I'm just seeing put out there in general from most people, and I just want to just because I'm doing it this way doesn't mean, like, I'm knocking off, like, other people who do tarot readings, okay? They gotta eat too. Yeah. So, if y'all want to have a request, now's the time to do it. For sure. I have about, like, 30 minutes or so left of this stream. So if you want to have a reading, go ahead and request it. I'm just gonna chill. Yeah, go ahead and use your channel points. Yeah, whatever channel points that you have, you could pick different type of tarot spreads or oracle card spreads that aligns with what you want to look into. A lot of people just do, like, general readings because they don't have a particular question in mind. But whatever you really want to examine and look into, if you have a question, there's a huge list that you could, like, choose from. hopefully it will suit with what you're needing right now. And right now, there's no one in line. It's all completely clear. I wish there's a way where I could like showcase. Oh wait, no, I know how to do it. I know how to do it, but that will reveal people's questions. Oh well. I'll figure it out. The downside to, doing the channel points is that y'all won't be able to see the list of who's in line. Flip-flopping on what I should commit to a project mind. Also in two minds about how things are going at work. So it sounds like two different things. That could be a Celtic cross. But that's a lot of points for you. If you choose one you want to focus on, we could just do a 3-card spread. Let's see what else. A manifestation spread kind of works with what you're trying to bring forth. Deanna card spread is about like pivoting, how you should pivot. Okay, so you just need to use the channel points and I'll do that for you. Nope, it's through the channel points. They're all free, you just gotta use channel points. If you don't have enough for a 3-card spread, we could do a yes or no. That's 100 channel points. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we have to wait. Sorry. You'll get there. It'll accumulate. Let's see. This whole past week I've been doing a lot of cleaning and gardening stuff. They're saying that it's still gonna rain where I live tomorrow. I'm just gonna double check to see if it is there. Let's see. Let's look at the weather. Oh, they're still saying it's gonna storm for me tomorrow. Lots of fun. Or at least Yeah, it's probably going to be a whole day for me. So maybe tomorrow I'll just focus on indoor cleaning. I'm not quite done with my spring cleaning. I have the basement I gotta work on. There are a couple of spots I missed in the kitchen that I can't believe I forgot that I gotta tackle. And I still have the bookshelves. I gotta like dust and at least dust and clean in my living room. So definitely for sure, I got some work to do tomorrow. Hmm. And hopefully that will be the end of me cleaning the whole. Oh wait, no. I have my room. I did not spring clean my room. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew it. I knew it. I was forgetting something. It was my room. Oh well. I hope y'all have really good plans for the rest of this week. I have a ton of work ahead of me. Ooh, this coming Friday, I'm planning to work on the newsletter for my author stuff. For y'all who are new here, I am an author of a book, The Doppelganger Queen. It's been released since, wow, at least 5 months now, roughly. It's been out for quite a bit. Um, it's a LGBTQ dark fantasy book if y'all are interested. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for the congrats. Um, I'm waiting on the notes on the second book from my publisher. And I've been throwing myself on, spring cleaning this past week and a half, because I've been waiting, like, on pins and needles for that feedback. And I haven't received it yet, so I've been focusing on that part. Um, and in the whole mix of it, I just finished the first draft of the third book. So things are progressing slowly but surely on the book front. But I do know I need to work on May's newsletter. Just a little bit of stuff to keep everyone posted about what's been going on. Oh, excuse me. No major news yet. Maybe in the next newsletter I'll be able to announce something really, really cool. If no one else has been spoiled yet. Reading is really hard. Reading is really hard. Because of all the spring cleaning that I've done, I haven't really dived into the revisions like I wanted to. This I've been slacking on the house front for a while. It's just been very busy on my end, and everything else kind of fell to the wayside. And I thought I would take this opportunity to just get everything all, fixed up and ready to go before I dive back into my other stuff. I didn't realize how intensive the cleaning was going to be, or how much gardening I had to do. I used to run around and do a whole bunch of things all in one day, and now I'm just winded. I'm just really winded. I'm not used to like feeling this sore, you know, or at least not in a long, long while. It really like took me out of the loop. Hmm. I got 10 more minutes left. I could just give you a one card reading. Let me just redeem that for you. Since you've been so kind and patient. And whenever you do come back, hopefully you will have more channel points. I usually do video games on Saturdays, so if you want to have a chance to like get more channel points, just sit through one of my, gaming streams on Saturday, and you'll be able to get those very easily. Okay. Oh, and thank you for the follow. You didn't really have to, but thank you. You're talking about the project you're thinking of, and you're waffling whether you should commit to it or not. So let's ask, should you go for it? This project. I think that would be good to ask. At least it will answer one thing and get you started. Okay. Okay. I always want to double check, even though it's cut that way. So, it's not a real yes or no. It's about this obstacle that's preventing you from getting to it. What's holding you back is this sense of unwilling to change things. So the Death card, let's go here, because I think it's kind of hard to understand. In my point of view, it's in reverse. So Death card is about rebirth, transformation, closing of one chapter, opening another. Like high school graduation, college graduation, moving from one job to another, single people getting married, married people who don't have kids suddenly become parents, etc. So it's about all these changes in our lives. Closing one chapter, opening another. What's preventing you from doing change? What are you still hanging on to that you're resisting this drastic transition that you're needing? That's what's holding you back from committing to this thing. And only you would know. Let's also look into the book here to see if there's any more insights that I need to say. Ah. So it's a leap of faith kind of situation. Also, you need to have the faith and trust that leaving this one thing behind to pursue this project, it's going to give you the dividends that you need to make up for the loss of you leaving something behind. Let me snooze that real quick. So one way, they said in this book, one way to strengthen the trust in the arrival of new choices is to reflect on the previous chapters of events in your life where you have these major transitions and you're able to move forward even though it was very disruptive or it was a major, change. So that's one way of like giving you the courage to move forward. I should have a deep think on things I've done in the past, just commit. Yeah, especially on the things where you have changed over for new prospects, and, or I should say, when past situations had ended, when that chapter has closed, they were eventually replaced by benefits, new prospects. So that's probably where you can focus on to give you that type of encouragement. It's also about like letting go something that no longer really supports you. Like, for instance, in the autumn, trees drop their leaves in order to reserve energy for the winter. If a tree is hanging on to the leaves, it means that they're under stress and they're not able to survive or endure the winter. For you, you have to figure out what those leaves are that you have been hanging on to so that way you have the strength and the reserves to face whatever it is that's coming down the road. Not necessarily a winter, okay? It's just a new way of doing things. So instead of looking in the past, okay, I'm kind of muddying up the waters, but like, what are you hanging on to that you're clinging to that you just don't want to give up because you're afraid you're going to lose it completely, even though this new prospect that's coming up is going to replace it? That's probably more beneficial. It's like a grieving state. You're not going through your grieving process completely. And eventually you're going to have to move past and let it go, knowing with confidence it's going to be replenished and replaced. And let me look. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Because if you want this to make it happen, things are not going to stay the same. And in many ways, that's a good thing. You probably don't want things to stay the same. You don't want to pursue this new project while still working at your old job. If this is going to replace your job, it would be more beneficial. So definitely figure out what you need to surrender, what concept or attitude you need to surrender in order to accept change. And maybe you will be ready to commit. I think that's a pretty good reading. Very succinct. And thank you so much for your patience. Oh, I'm so happy that I helped. And you're very much welcome. Okay. Well, I am all done for today's stream. We may have some ads here, but while we're experiencing ads, I'm looking to see who we could raid. So let me go ahead and see who is that awesome sauce of a person. Oh, you're welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Let me see if we could go with this person. Okay, I think I got a good match. Let's go ahead and rate this person. But I'd rather do that when we are ready to go. Oh shoot, what should be the tarot right message for today? Welcome back everyone from the ads. I'm closing down for the night. I'm currently looking to see who we could raid. I found someone. But I just got to figure out what our raid message is. I think I know what to do. Okay, that would be our raid message for this new person. Go ahead and copy and paste it whenever we head over there. So a totally new person we never seen before. Name Shay Star is. They're meant for mature audiences, so please be respectful for that particular space. They're a VTuber and tarot reader, so I hope that you give them a warm welcome. I know a lot of people are still wanting reading, so hopefully they will be able to answer your questions on their channel. Always be kind and respectful to the new people that are reading in, as always. I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'll see you all again this coming Saturday. Saturday will be Final Fantasy IX, continuing on past past the Ifa tree, you know, that whole thing. And just seeing how things go. And yeah, see how far I could progress in that game. I feel like I'm nearing the ending of the game, but like I keep saying that all the time about the Final Fantasy series. Next week, it will be more readings, though with a Beltane kind of vibes. So I'm looking forward to do those kind of readings. If you want those readings, be sure to like show up for next week. Until then, I'll see you all later. Gotta go. Bye bye.